conditioner.
I didn't know he'd take it so hard.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dark moments in animated movies that defined and scarred our childhood.
I didn't mean for it to happen.
Of course you didn't. No one ever means for these things to happen.
For this list, we'll be looking at the saddest, scariest, most serious moments from feature-length cartoon stories that made an impression on us growing up. Since we'll be talking about major plot points, there will be spoilers. Which of our picks do you think is the most scarring? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Todd's Abandonment, The Fox and the Hound. This scene was heartbreaking to watch as a child, especially for those of us who grew up with pets.
We met, it seems, such a short time ago. You looked at me, needing me so.
It either reminded us of when we lost our furry friend or made us dread the day we would have to say goodbye. During the scene in question, Widow Tweed releases her pet Todd into the wild in hopes of keeping him safe.
Goodbye may seem forever. Farewell is like the end. But in my heart's the memory.
At first, the fox doesn't understand what's happening and is happy to go for a car ride. But he eventually realizes that something's wrong. He can only stare in sadness and confusion as Tweed drives away.
Farewell is like the end, but in my heart's the memory, and there you'll always be.
While the loss of a pet is something a lot of people go through early in life, this dramatic moment still hits us hard. Number 9. The Demolished Village, Mulan. A Girl Worth Fighting For is a lighthearted song that comes to an abrupt end because of a horrifying sight. As Shang and his recruits are singing merrily, they come across a village burnt down by the Huns. The troops don't find a single survivor. To top it off, Mulan's discovery of a doll on the ground suggests that young kids were also caught up in the chaos. The most heartbreaking moment of all is when the helmet of Shang's father is taken from a field of fallen soldiers.
I don't understand. My father should have been here.
Captain!
Trying to convey the negative effects of war to younger viewers can be difficult. However, this scene definitely got the message across in a way we'd never forget.
The Huns are moving quickly. We'll make better time to the Imperial City through the Tungshao Pass. We're the only hope for the Emperor now. Move out!
Number 8. The Scream Extractor, Monsters, Inc. A certain Monsters, Inc. machine was intended to take the screams of young victims by operating like a vacuum. At one point, the sinister Randall attempts to use it on the one-eyed Mike.
I don't like big moving things that are moving towards me. No, come on, hey, Randall!
While the green monster escapes, the machine is actually used on Fungus. The way he looks after just a few moments of exposure is terrifying.
Where is he?
His pale skin and swollen red lips are off-putting. Additionally, he struggles to form words after experiencing it. The young Boo would have faced the machine if it hadn't been for Sully.
Sullivan?
Even today, we still wouldn't want to go face-to-face with a scary Scream Extractor. Number 7. Charlie's Nightmare, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Talk about nightmare fuel. In this scene, Charlie's fear of death causes him to have an anxiety dream in which he falls down to hell. After being swept up by a twister, the dog is dropped onto a small boat floating on a lake made of lava. He then encounters a host of truly terrifying demonic creatures. The nightmare ends with Charlie clinging to the sinking boat while small monsters chew on his ears and face. Fire and brimstone aren't particularly common in your run-of-the-mill kids movie, so their appearance here really made an impression on us growing up, and not in a good way. It had us considering our own mortality at a pretty young age. Thanks for that, Don Bluth. Number 6. The Miscarriage, Up. As children, most of us were pretty oblivious to complex matters surrounding reproduction and infertility. But Pixar's Up was a kid film that openly referenced these difficult topics. During an emotionally charged montage, Carl and Ellie caught baby fever and prepared for a new addition to the family. However, it's implied that Ellie miscarried the baby. Another scene with the doctor heavily suggested that she's infertile as well. Although the moment is brief, the image of the couple learning the truth is seared in our brains. Fortunately, Carl is there to support his wife through an unbearably difficult time. The fact that this montage is often heralded as a masterpiece showed how much the story really stuck with viewers. Number 5. Other Mother, Coraline. Getting through this movie as a child was an act of bravery. The whole thing oozed creepy vibes. However, any moment where the heroine Coraline interacted with the villainous other mother was on a completely different level.
No, you might make me jealous.
No way! You're not sewing buttons in my eyes!
Oh, but we need a yes if you want to stay here.
The antagonist was an otherworldly monster, also known as the Beldam, who steals the eyes and souls of children. To make matters creepier, the villain initially resembles the protagonist Coraline's mom.
1, 2,
3! Ow! What are you doing?
The moment Other Mother offers the buttons to Coraline definitely gave us the heebie-jeebies. That being said, the Beldam is most intimidating when she transforms into her real form. Her tall height, needle-sharp fingers, and many legs make her truly terrifying. To be honest, we're still scared of her.
they aren't there. Now, you're going to stay here forever.
Number 4. Mufasa's death, The Lion King. Premeditated graphic fratricide isn't something we typically grew up watching, and yet it plays a significant part in this Disney flick. In an effort to take over Pride Rock, Scar enlists his hyena henchmen to initiate a stampede.
Oh, look, sire. The herd is on the move.
Mufasa, quick! Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
Simba?
He then ensures that both his brother/king Mufasa is there to try to save the young Simba. Although the royal almost manages to survive, Scar tragically throws his own sibling back into the stampede.
Long live the king.
The scary moment leads into the heartbreaking scene where Simba comes across his dad's unmoving body. This sequence isn't enjoyable for anyone to watch.
Help! Somebody! Anybody! Help!
However, it was especially difficult for us when we were younger because we had to acknowledge death. Number 3. Gus's transformation, a troll in Central Park. There are many animated movies that feature the involuntary transfiguration of kids' bodies.
You want to act like a troll? Be a troll!
In this underappreciated film, there's a moment in which one of the protagonists is turned into a troll by the evil queen. During the horrifying transformation process, Gus's ears become pointy, his nose turns into a pig snout, and one of his thumbs is imbued with deadly powers.
Touch him! Touch him, you little troll! Touch him!
His troll form isn't necessarily scary, but the fact that he lost bodily autonomy really messed with our heads when we were little.
It is done!
If that wasn't enough, his sister Rosie falls into a seemingly never-ending cavern after that incident. Talk about traumatic. Number 2. So Many Moments. The Brave Little Toaster. A film about anthropomorphic household objects doesn't seem like it would be that sad or scary for kids. However, we ended up scarred by so many moments from this movie that we couldn't just pick one. While Toaster's interaction with the flower is brief, it's enough to break our hearts. There's also a shocking amount of violent imagery in the movie.
We didn't mean it! Really!
It's my function!
Don't! Wait! Wait!
He's gonna blow!
From the air conditioner's self-induced breakdown to the deconstruction of appliances at the chop shop, dark scenes were everywhere. A climactic sequence at the junkyard was also a horrific display that had us looking at magnets differently. Oh, and let's not forget about Toaster's nightmare. If we weren't afraid of clowns before watching that scene changed our minds. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Frollo's death, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We're still low-key afraid of Notre Dame's gargoyles. House on the Move, Monster House. We'll never think of mobile houses the same way again. Clayton's demise, Tarzan. While plenty of Disney villains fell to their death, his demise was pretty explicit.
Clayton! Clayton, don't!
Pink elephants on parade, Dumbo. Dumbo's dream made for pure nightmare fuel.
And seeing things you know that ain't can certainly give you an awful fright. What a sight!
Chase 'em away! Chase 'em away! I'm afraid. Need your aid. Pink elephants on parade.
Hellfire, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You don't have to be an adult to pick up on Frollo's bad vibes.
Choose me or your pyre. Be mine or you will burn.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Pleasure Island, Pinocchio. While scaring children into behaving probably isn't the best parenting tactic, that's exactly what this scene did to us growing up.
They never come back as boys.
This sequence shows what happens after Pinocchio travels to an infamous amusement park where young boys are encouraged to get up to no good. Naturally, the whole thing is a trap. Those who chose to be bad are magically transformed into donkeys against their will and sold into servitude.
Please, please! I don't want to be a donkey! Let me out of here!
Talk about horrific. As kids, this moment had us sticking to the straight and narrow, and we definitely empathized with any child turned into a hoofed animal. At the very least, we were reminded not to act like jackasses.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.